Good evening. It's time for Cool Show, man. We have some special guests tonight. Let's see them. There's one. Here's another. And look at that. Here's a third. Oh, wait a minute. That looks like me. I'm here to host the show. So let's get ready for Cool Show, man. Make some noise. I said make some noise. It's time for Cool Show, man.
Thank you so much. Oh no, what happened? Check. Okay, what's up? Hey, welcome to Cool Showman. Hello. Hi, how's it going? I worked so hard on this today. I'm so excited to present it to you and see how you all think. Rough start so far. Thank you for coming out and making this your Saturday evening. And thank you to Commonwealth Sanctuary for having us again. What a pleasure to be here. That's right. That's Commonwealth Sanctuary, and while that name does sound like a Christian meditation blog, I assure you there will be no mindfulness in this building tonight. Doing this for you, folks. All right. We've been off for about 3 months, but it feels like 3 damn lifetimes. Talk about a lifetime. Does it not? Okay. I'm going to be honest. I watched the first show. I know people are allowed to laugh in this room. So, let me just go ahead and clear that up real quick. Play some ground rules. Well, folks, I sure would love to come back to the show without some historic tragedies happening in between, but let's go ahead and check in on the monologue, see what's happened the last 3 months. Let's get some noise. Thank you. To him, exclusively. Let's not start off on a bad foot. Here's a monologue. Here we go. Hey, airplanes. Heard about these things? Airplanes will not stop colliding with helicopters, other planes, or the ground. And don't even get me started on the food up there. Hey! Tragedies can be funny. Thank you, David. KFC is moving its corporate headquarters to Texas. What? Lone Star State. Kentucky Fried Chicken in Texas. What's next? Blaming Ukraine for starting a war with Russia? Really makes you think, doesn't it? Another funny joke here. What didn't incinerate in Los Angeles this year was likely washed away in an atmospheric river that dumped historic amounts of rain. I know, it's hilarious. Residents are panicked about losing their homes, but local leaders have assured them the Oscars will be airing as normal this year. Because of the film industry. I'll fight every one of you. At the same time. Couple left. Here we go. Kendrick Lamar. Heard about this guy? He's everywhere right now. Kendrick Lamar performed the first ever solo rap. Supertime half. That's funny. That's funny to you. First ever solo rap Super Bowl halftime show this month, to the enjoyment of many and also the disinterest of many. While some openly panned the show, Kanye West, not to be outdone, sold a t-shirt to show us what hating a rapper can really feel like. You're allowed to laugh at him. He's a bad guy. Not me, though. What? Over 10,000 federal employees have been fired since last week as a result of actions by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Huh? Pretty efficient delivery of words on my part. Inspired by Trump's infamous catchphrase, Elon has put his own spin on saying "you're fired" by saying, quote, "you're fired because I'm a dick." I just decided I like this, actually. Speaking of Elon, where the hell are those two astronauts that are stuck up there? What's going on? His cars and spaceships drive themselves. He can't give them a ride? Amen. Final joke of the monologue. Think we're ready. Hot topic, egg prices. What? Continue to surge due to the spread of bird flu. RFK Jr. fortunately has provided a holistic solution to the problem, recommending that people stop eating incubated factory farm eggs from supermarkets and instead eat the tasty eggs he fires out of his ass every morning. I like them scrambled. Let's start the show. Thank you very much, Alex. Give it up for Alex over there. And also please give it up for Dan of the Cool Man Band. Thank you very much. Dan, happy February. That's quite the getup you're wearing there.
Hell yeah, it is.
Are you sick?
Nah.
Okay. Sound a little off. Looks like some dangerous waters you're treading in with that outfit over there. You're not worried about cultural appropriation?
Bitch, I ain't worried about shit. I'm celebrating.
Celebrating what?
National Children's Dental Health Month. I love brushing.
Really?
Nah.
Okay. You have a good Valentine's Day last week?
Talk about my wife one more time, I'll kill you.
Never mind. Did your wife have fun on Valentine's Day?
Talk about my wife one more time, I'll kill your ass.
All right, thanks. Should we keep the show going?
Yeah, do it.
All right. It's good to hear the paper rustling throughout the entire room. I kind of like to go for a museum during quarantine vibe. It's a discomfort that's actually kind of hard to mimic, so it's pretty impressive what I'm doing up here. Let's go ahead and check in with me, see how I'm doing. I'm feeling first show of 2025. The last show that we did here was on November 2nd, 2024. Everything's pretty much the same since then, I would say. And while I'm stating things, I'd like to say that as a federal employee that's being threatened with surveillance at work, I just want to say what a pleasure it is to serve the public under a new administration, and I look forward to continue ushering in a golden era of American excellence. So thank you, Elon. Anyways, let's go ahead and check in here on the Shows Without Crying counter. I'm feeling pretty good. Despite what's happened so far, coming in at... I don't know if I'll make it to 9. I'm feeling good so far. It's been 3 months off. What have I been up to? Oh, I guess playing with my GD hardcore band Trash. Make some noise. For the gentlemen in the band Trash, notice not many of you have made it out to our shows yet, and that's okay. Probably busy getting ready for this. Maybe it's a genre, that's understandable. It's a little abrasive. I found that one of the least approachable things about hardcore is the fact that you can't really decipher the lyrics. So I'm going to be fully transparent here. I actually don't know what the lyrics to our own songs are. And I actually spent some time this morning trying to figure it out. So I hope this is big enough to see here. But this is my best attempt at understanding our singer Dom's lyrics in our premiere single. I haven't reached out to him to find out what it is. I figured it would be better for me to just kind of take another crack at it here, and I feel maybe we can gather a consensus here by the end of the night. I feel like I'm closer on that. I don't know. I took one final attempt here, and this, I still haven't asked him, but like, knowing him, I feel like this is, we're gonna go ahead and go to the actual slide here. I feel like this is probably the message he was trying to get across. You can see us March 1st in Louisville, Kentucky. We will be playing a basement kava bar. And that's true. Feels good. Other things that have been going on in the meantime, I've been dipping into commerce. So anyone here that really wants to make a true, tangible memory of the evening, you can go ahead and check out the Commonwealth Sanctuary Commerce Corner right over here, where you can pick up a $10 shirt, or everything else is $5, or, big surprise, we're going to find out if this works, because we're giving away free motherfucking shirts! You know what? You figure it out. Okay, I wrote on the internet I'm giving away free shirts. And they're gonna get to you somehow. So, all right. See, this is the type of go-getter I'm looking for here, okay? Thank you. Everyone else will be punished accordingly, all right? Here we go. It's coming one for you. There we go, looking good. These are shirts that I printed in 2018. It's from a clothing brand before I gave up on subsequent other dreams. More of those up here on the left. Help yourself, these are free. Everything else, for the love of God, cash is vital at this point. So, thank you for, come on. All right, there are the free shirts. We covered that. Number one, what more do you want, guys? You came here, I gave you a good time. I demonstrated humility in a way that most of you couldn't even fathom in a public forum. And now I'm going to bring up our first guest. So, how does that sound? Pretty friggin' good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is part man and mostly mystery. Wow. Ominous. In a good way. How did he get here? Where does he go when he leaves? Are we certain he's even here right now? Does he file a tax return? Folks, no one knows, but tonight we're here to find out from parts unknown, making his way to the stage. Please welcome Stone Schneider, everyone. Stone Schneider, everyone. Power move. Make me speak first. I respect that. Stone. Years ago, we used to see each other quite frequently. Then not. What gives? I know what I've been up to, but I'm here to wonder, just what the F have you been doing with the time?
Well, I don't know if you've heard of this, but there's this thing called COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the flu, from what I hear.
Some version of
It
it.
kills a lot of people.
Allegedly. It kills a good time, I'll tell you that.
That's right, it does, and that's why we weren't able to see each other.
It's true. I was wondering, I was like, what's he up to? And then I was like, I'm an imaginative guy. I could probably think of what he's been doing, but I guess I could maybe just ask you directly, and then perhaps we could compare and contrast. Maybe that would be a thing.
That sounds good.
Maybe that would be a thing that I set up, and pretty much the entire success of the next, X amount of time is contingent on that. Does that sound like it?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and just start. Big picture here. What have you been doing for fun recently?
For fun?
Yeah. What's a good time for you?
Okay, so started a new job recently, and it's pretty cool.
Okay. Fun
it's
at
kind
work.
of hard to explain, but I think the best way is could you move a little closer? I want to show you something. Okay, a little closer. All right. So this is kind of what I do now. Hey, Giles, touch your nose. Now stomp your feet. Arms up. Yeah. It's pretty much what I do now. And I got certified recently, so in the state of Kentucky, I am allowed to do that.
Keep it legal.
Yeah, keep it on state lines.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what I imagine. I assume, I don't know, it's all a weekend for you. You probably, fire frogs from a trebuchet or something. And you just, I don't know, that's you and...
Yeah, that's photoshopped. Can't fit that many frogs on a trebuchet.
Not in this economy.
There's at least 20 too many frogs up there.
Yeah, it's a structural thing. You actually need a permit when you have that many of them. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, and PETA's always on your ass.
Trust me, I would know. Okay, so that's what you're doing for fun and work. I was actually going to ask you about work next. I assumed that you were a seasonal bouncer at a Renaissance fair.
That's not true. Well, recently I got fired recently. Before I got that job, so that's kind of what I've been doing for work, is getting fired and getting rehired. Yeah. They fired me because they said that my reason for calling off wasn't good enough. Can you believe that?
What was your reason?
It's because my cockroach died. Yeah,
what happened?
Fucked up. They were like, you can't call off because your cockroach died. You can't call off when a bug dies. And I was like, you let me call off when my aunt died last week. They're like, wait a fucking second.
And that's a guess right there. All right. So you've been having fun at work. You've been getting fired. You've been getting hired. You've been doing all sorts of things.
Crashing the forklift. Used to be forklift certified. Now I'm twerklift certified. Working the streets, boys. Doing tickles on the side.
You crazy.
Thank you.
Okay. What is your living situation like? What's your current dwelling?
It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Can't be barefoot like this motherfucker. Am I right, boys?
He's not
Them
wrong.
toes ain't blue enough. You know what I mean? We need that grimace shake on them piggies. You know what I mean?
What style of building are you living in? Is it multi-story, underground, bank vault?
So, a lot of holes, plastered, by the train tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the light goes on and you just ignore it, you know what I mean? I keep hearing orphan laughter sometimes. Yeah. I'm getting scared some days. And I'm walking around with a lantern. I don't turn the lights on.
Keep the power bill down.
Yeah, the power bill's down,
Right.
but I'm fucking up my life with batteries. I got that flashlight on 24/7. I got my whole house lit. It looks like day in Coachella in there. The sun's out, baby.
Good. I mean, that was pretty much right. I assumed, SpongeBob's house in Shrek Swamp. I assumed it was some sort of mixture of the two, so.
Yeah. Making waffles, you know.
Yeah. And then the final thing, what's a normal lunch for you at this point?
Well, we got some of my old coworkers here tonight.
Well,
Give it up for Sardine Thursdays at Woods Hardware Store, baby! Oh, more popular than donut sundaes, we'll never fucking know.
Shit, I'm very excited.
So yeah, I like sardines, and I put them on some bread. You can toast it.
The sardines or the
Put
bread?
some onions on that shit. Your breath smells like SpongeBob's fucking breath in that one episode. You guys know episode 14, season 1? Give it up for them.
The Suds episode.
Yeah, Sudsy.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that was kind of what I was assuming. I just assumed it was the remnants of the frogs from the trebuchet.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to involve the use of a supercomputer to make that, so
Yeah.
I think we can all credit technology for once in our friggin' lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been around frog recently.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you know they can kick you out of PetSmart for kissing the animals?
It's a lesson I haven't
Fucked up,
learned.
dude. They kick you out of PetSmart for kissing all the animals. They told me if I kissed one more, they were kicking me out, and I did. Kissed a frog, turned into a dude. PetSmart can't kick you out for kissing a dude. It's 2025. It's fucking 2025.
Yes. So you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm on this show.
Yeah.
We got this sold out audience. Just tell your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys have friends.
I know I do. That's why they're here.
Have them add me on AOL.
What's your username?
It is,
Yeah.
it's The Vinci. I'm your boy Nardo. Leonardo. I'm The Vinci.
Da Vinci.
You guys, you ever just be talking all the time and no one ever knows what you're talking about, and you're like, I must be a genius. You know? I'm The Vinci. Your boy Nardo. Leonardo da Vinci.
You crazy.
Well, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I didn't really get to check in with you before the show, so sometimes what I do to sort of get background research on people is instead of talking to people that I've known for years, I just pop on over to Facebook.com.
Facebook.com.
And see what's happening. First of all, happy belated birthday last
Thank
week.
you,
Give it up for
thank you.
Stone.
Yeah.
17 years old today.
Yeah, midlife crisis going hard, boy.
Yeah. And I also saw you're still pretty heavily involved with something that we had discussed years and years ago.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Stone is maybe the world's greatest curator of wholesome Facebook meme groups.
Rooster memes.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I like this one right here. Y'all can get up now. Font change. It's coffee. And you got to get your branding on there too, or someone's gonna steal the meme, and you're not gonna get monetized.
That is from Texas Favorites and Country Treasures.
They got some really good posts on there. Some of the best rooster memes you've seen.
So we had mentioned pre-COVID that you had been enjoying their content, and I'm assuming that for 5 years straight they've been regularly updating.
Yeah, I don't get any negativity on my Facebook profile. They know they put a rooster on my page, I'm resharing it, you know?
He does! I had to scroll so little to find these.
I post them every week in the work teams. If you're positive enough, you can crash the forklift.
This is a future executive. Okay. So you're having fun on the internet. That's great. And then also, I've been seeing you out a little bit. You've been doing some jokes around town.
Yeah, I have been doing some jokes around.
You've been doing some stand-up. And speaking of I know I keep going back to pre-COVID. It's like we knew each other, and then I basically shot myself in the fucking head.
Yeah.
And now 5 years later, it's like I'm meeting you again for the first time.
Yep, it's all.
But I know you.
Yeah, you know me.
And that's how it works. What if I ate my phone like a snake?
I don't think you could do it. Anybody got $5? I think I could get them to do it.
Mouth doesn't
How
go
about
line.
$10 to give you a shirt?
I have shirts, folks. If you want shirts, I have them.
Or he'll swallow the phone for half that.
I'm here to make deals, guys.
We talked about it beforehand. He will do it.
It's a contract.
$5.
What can I get for $4?
For $4.
$4, he'll eat the phone.
But it's a flip phone.
Cheers.
Open it like this.
I reached out to you before the show. I said, Stone, you wrote one of my favorite jokes of all time.
Thank you.
And I was wondering if you would be brave enough to share it tonight. It's about a very famous politician and a baby, and if you would, please be so kind.
All right, it's actually it's a game of would you rather. All right, would you rather cough in a baby's mouth and give that baby AIDS? Or cough in presidential candidate Kamala Harris's pussy and give that same baby AIDS?
I've been thinking about that joke for 5 years. Now, have you always been interested in politics?
Yeah, I look like I have a voting history. I've been really coming into my own recently. Sending in a lot of mail-ins for Kanye before it wasn't cool.
You can check the date on the letters.
He could win now, though.
It was still funny. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, you did my favorite joke. Also, famously, or perhaps infamously, depending on who you are, you have another joke that ends with you spitting a mouthful of both pennies and marbles.
Yes,
seemingly nowhere. Now, he doesn't have it ready unless you do, at which point I will piss my fucking pants. If you spit a mouthful of pennies out right now, I will.
I thought about it, but I can't afford it.
Don't worry, you get paid in shirts.
I'm so broke, I had to Google a coin flip this week. You that broke?
Over the years of doing the famous penny in mouth joke, how many pennies have you accidentally swallowed and how many have you intentionally swallowed?
Well, I would never accidentally swallow a penny.
Okay.
$6.85.
Round. It's a round.
And I'm putting them in them rolls, you know what I mean? Come out the same way they come in, you know what I mean, boys?
I do. From your experiences, what year penny tastes the best, in your opinion?
2001.
Better times.
Never forget.
Never forget. Can you identify a pre-1982 penny based on taste alone?
Yeah, it's kind of like a brown M&M's coating.
Oh, yeah? Who's you doing jokes? And finally, what would you rather eat a full pallet of? Chocolate coins or metal candy bars?
Okay, chocolate coins or metal candy bars?
Yeah.
Is it the same weight?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those rock and feather things.
So it's like a ton of chocolate coins.
Yeah.
Or like one
that's
bar
how
of whatever.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. And take your time.
Do I get to chop it up?
With your teeth.
No, I don't do that. I'll eat the coins.
Good for you. And we're done. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Stone Schneider. And prepare yourself to make noise for our second guest. Ladies and gentlemen, no stranger to this stage. Our next guest has a comedy resume that's nearly as well-rounded as the frames on his glasses. And he changed them. Fool me once. When not watching him do stand-up, you can listen to his podcast, The Full Spin Club, where his guests dive deep into their favorite records. If audio isn't good enough for you, you can watch his show on YouTube or even on local public access television. What's this guy, Wayne's World? Not sick of him yet? Maybe you should bring your ass out to his live show on this very stage called The People Versus, where local comics litigate the quality of the world's biggest and most controversial music acts. Now, for one more addition to his comedy resume, for which he will be getting paid in experience, welcome to the show, David Stewart, everyone. David Stewart, what's up?
Oh, this is actually my favorite show in town. This is unironically my favorite show in town.
Thank you, and I think other people are figuring that out right now.
If you aren't, we'll turn on you up here. We'll make fun of you for the rest of the time.
The only person that's going to be making fun of you is Dan. Let's hear what Dan has to say.
You crazy.
All right. Now, Dan, are you going to roast the people in the crowd?
Shit, nah.
All right.
Okay.
David, you have so many shows, many of which interface music and comedy. It's like some sort of sick little pairing you keep putting together. What happened? Was it Dan?
Well, since you asked,
Whoops.
I feel...
Never mind. Dan, not Dan. Dan's gonna hang out in the corner for a while. Look, David, music and comedy together. Some may ask, why?
The answer I give everyone is that every comic wishes they were a musician, and every musician wishes they were a comic. And so I decided to just get the Venn diagram out of the way.
Some of us try to be both. Remember my band videos from earlier?
Remember the word try 2 seconds ago?
You son of a bitch. I'm up here being a multi-hyphenate. David, do you play any musical instruments yourself?
I used to.
Used to?
Yeah.
What are we talking here?
I grew up playing the cello and viola.
Okay.
And then played electric bass for a little bit. Clarinet.
Okay. Interesting to go to bass and then back to clarinet, or is that?
No, that was out of order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, clarinet was a middle school situation.
Okay, and then electric bass was, what was that, in the womb, or when did you do that?
Middle and high school.
Middle and high school, okay. In like the school band?
Oh, no.
Okay, so cool guy. All right. So you do play some instruments? You ever been in a band or anything like that? Been rocking out? I don't have it up here. If you do, I wish I had. Yeah.
There is secret footage of me somewhere in my 8th grade band.
Okay. Had I dug that up, I really would have been on my shit here. But, okay, so you've done some music.
I have.
You do a lot of comedy.
Uh-huh.
You ever tried mashing those two things together? You ever tried musical comedy like Bo Burnham or Weird Al or that little dickhead guy?
I have not, specifically mostly because every musical comic in town has punched a hole in a wall in a comedy club. So I don't want to join the ranks.
I haven't done it yet. Let me give it a try. So, okay, so bad reputation is...
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable. It's not just merely a source of... It's not like you haven't been inspired yet.
I mean, I'm ready to be inspired if that's something you're willing to shoot here.
And that is what we call a segue. You know, David, I've been thinking about your work with music, comedy, musical comedy. I was like, maybe the problem is he has everything he needs. He just needs to get inspired. So maybe, I don't know, we just come up with some ideas. Like, what's a popular song that we could, make a little parody of or something? This was the biggest song of the year, according to one Google search today. And of course, Sabrina Carpenter, who made the song Espresso. Maybe you put a little spin on that, huh? I don't know. Espresso, you got coffee, you got dumbass name. Maybe you go ahead, you make a song about Progresso, the soup. But, you sing that poorly while, twisting in a bunch of hypersexual lyrics.
Oh, hypersexual, huh?
Dave, this couldn't have been a funnier idea in my head. And the fact that I have 4 more of these queued up.
Yeah.
To the potential dismay of...
The only thing I've come up, are you asking me to do something hypersexual? Because I did come up with something dumb.
No! Please do. Please share that, because the cute little thing didn't work, but go ahead.
All of that salt making me bloat. It's that me, Progresso.
So
on the spot.
This is like...
Give me some credit. I made that up just now. What have you done?
Impressive.
Quietly eat snacks during the best show of your life? What the fuck?
I guess. Okay, maybe the issue is that they don't like Sabrina Carpenter. Maybe the problem is they need someone a little darker, you know, a little goth nepotism, baby. Maybe they need. That's the next one. Shit. Maybe Chaperone is the answer. You know, she was also popular.
Otherwise known as Baby Gaga, yeah.
If that's a thing.
Again, that was written off the fucking dome. Where is the love?
The thing is that it sounded so real, I was like, oh, that's an accepted part of culture, and I just didn't know it. That's like, the problem was that, like, basically...
So the problem with being smart, and Giles knows this, is that often everyone around you is fucking stupid, and I'm looking at all of you. That's a great joke.
The thing is, have you ever worked in copywriting?
No.
Okay, because like the thing is that it sounded so real, I was like, yes, that's what it is. Okay, well, you know, she made Good Luck Babe. I don't know, what's like an easy spin on Good Luck Babe, you know? I'm thinking, get the good luck.
I think the easy spin on this is to just make the music video about Babe the Pig.
This is how synced up this guy is. Okay?
Guys, I'm a fucking genius.
Yes. According to me, the person that made this and didn't show him, 100% correct. This is no longer a funny bit. Now this is just interesting. Okay. Maybe Chaperone doesn't need it. You need a sort of a gothic, you know, nepotism baby whose brother has a weird relationship with her and makes all the songs.
Incredibly strange, yes.
Biggest song Billie Eilish made was apparently called Birds of a Feather. Now, let's see here. Birds. What are, let's see. What's a funny bird? Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen with birds in my entire life was Jason Sudeikis in Angry Birds the movie. So I guess that kind of writes itself.
My brain went to a very hypersexualized music video involving Big Bird of Sesame Street.
Yep. You know, they don't even call it Big Bird anymore. They call it the Vegetable Monster.
What? Is that real?
I mean, they changed the Cookie Monster's name, but if you think about how obscure that is, it's actually pretty clever. I don't need to impress you people. I mean, I want to more than anything at the current moment. Okay. Well, the animation didn't work on this, but, you know, the idea is you do Not Like Us, but instead you do Just Like Us, outing yourself as a pedophile. And I went dark on that, which was a big swing, but it turns out it worked, so. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. So Dave, maybe musical comedy could be in your future?
It sounds like it could be.
Who knows? I mean, it's a bold, bright world out there. And speaking of our future, let's talk about your past.
Oh, no.
Okay. Now, something that you've mentioned on stage many, many times is that you went through a major transformation in your life.
That is true.
That's true. Perhaps we could get into it here. You once got ripped out of your goddamn mind. And I was going to go blow past the tasteful censorship that I did here, but I'm actually really proud of this.
I would actually like a copy of this.
I actually do want to draw attention to this, because that was 8 minutes well spent. You started a lot of sets talking about having infamously lost a large amount of weight at one point. Now, how did you do that? What was your journey, and more importantly, did you refer to it as a journey while you were doing it?
No. I basically the scientific answer is intermittent fasting and essentially just moving more. That's pretty simple.
Like different apartments. A vagabond.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. From one car to the other.
Okay. Specified hours, increased energy. What was your biggest? What was your highest weight?
It was sitting around 320 at one point.
And you're what 6'5",
5'8".
6'9", 5'8"?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how long did it take you? What were your stats? You know.
The bulk of the weight loss happened in about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then around 2 years, I was down 140 pounds total.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Yeah. A lot of work, a lot of time. How did you stay motivated?
So this isn't healthy, but I definitely used a lot of self-hatred as a motivator for
good.
the bulk of the time.
That's very impressive. And now you've channeled it towards the audience.
Absolutely. Well, I've also channeled it to doing stand-up in general.
Yeah. It's healthy. Yes. I was going to ask if you had like an elaborate dangling carrot, but I guess it was just your own psyche that really...
It's because he thought about the nipples he had to cover up.
I saw the raw photo.
They're big, aren't they?
Not really. I had to shrink the head down a lot.
It's just the
I had to keep scrunching it down.
You give me the world's most narcissistic bikini.
Just a piece of yarn.
Look, we were having a great time.
Yes. What was your while you were exercising? What was your favorite place to get yelled at by the unhoused? Was it Planet Fitness locker rooms or jogging by local gas stations?
Okay, so I actually did the bulk of my weight loss in a remote part of northern Michigan where no one was. So no one yelled at me. It was just the woods and my own brain yelling at me at that point.
Like, were you like Rocky? Were you just like running through like a snow-lined path or something? Like, how did you?
No, I was just hiking around in the woods.
In Michigan?
Yep.
I mean, I assume you're just like murdering deer with a Bowie knife or something like that.
No, I worked year-round at a summer camp in their kitchen.
And they worked year-round at summer is in the name.
In the winters, they would become an outdoor center that taught the school youths from the inner cities what a tree fucking looks like.
Fair response. So I guess it's more of a year-round camp for splitting hairs. I was in Planet Fitness like 3 weeks ago, and there was a guy just shaving his whole body in the mirror. He was wearing jeans, no shirt. He had electric clippers, and he was just no regard for the staff or any part of society.
Now, in my defense, I do live at that Planet Fitness. I recently had to move.
It's so unshocking that a Planet Fitness would have holes in their plaster.
I said to him, Stone, number one, killer rooster meme this morning.
Around 2 a.m.
But number two, you can't use the sanitizer spray in the shower. They're getting pissed off. The bottles are missing. And finally, I mean, who was your main inspiration? Like, who's like on your vision board as your...
Brother, if you put Jonah Hill on this screen behind me...
Well, I was split, because I was like, well, it's either got to be Chris Pratt, the jump from Parks and Rec to Jurassic Park, or, of course, just classic Subway Jared Fogle.
I take it back. Please put Jonah Hill on the screen behind me.
I gave you the spectrum. You're sitting there in the middle.
Wait, that's not Jonah Hill?
No, he's trying to make a comeback. He's doing the biopic.
Some big pants to fill.
Number one, hilarious. Number two, the idea of Jonah Hill signing on to do the Jared Fogle biopic. I'm going to laugh about that for days.
Yeah, who's James Franco going to be?
Skinny Jared.
Okay. The final thing that you've talked about on stage is something that I wouldn't say suffer from, but I certainly do live in it, is having a remotely flat affect when you speak.
Correct.
A little bit of monotone. A little bit of a, this is what I'm saying, this is what it sounds like. You know?
What are you, Boomhauer?
Sometimes I wish. Where do you think that comes from? Do you think it's just your dialect in general or an extremely narrow emotional bandwidth?
Oh, narrow emotional bandwidth.
Good for you. Mine's just a thing.
It's just an affliction.
Yeah, it's definitely not the result of interacting more with televisions than human beings for the first 20 years of my life. Have you ever been interested in acting at all?
I gave it a go at one point.
Okay. Did you find that your voice had sort of an impact on you? Maybe you couldn't get the lines across the way that, they were really meant to be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? Would you like to give a live demonstration of that right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I have a script of sorts here. If you could just give your best dramatic reading, just go ahead.
Whoa, what is that? What is that? What is it? Oh no, not the bees. Not the bees. Ah, they're in my eyes. They're in my eyes. Ah.
It's not bad, honestly. Let's go ahead and take a look at the reference here, see what Nick Cage delivered that as.
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Open up my eyes! Eyes!
So in fairness, there was no parenthetical on my card here that said gargle like a fucking asshole.
No, I thought that was kind of implied.
How would I get from to gargling?
You said bees. I mean,
What, I'm supposed to make that connection myself?
all right. It's all right. You know what?
Well, you guys don't gargle bees?
I've actually been doing that to try and fix my regional allergies.
You using that oral bee?
The man's a fucking machine, guys. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay. So you'd like some more direction. Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? All right. You're on a plane, and it's falling out of the sky.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm gay.
Now, let's see what Cameron Crowe saw that as.
Pocket! I'm gay!
Pretty much.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Pretty well on. Do a lot of comedy,
I do.
so perhaps it would be easier for you to assimilate into one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Okay.
This is a man in a panic in an office space.
The pen is blue. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
Little emphasis, huh? So he's exploring his range, I believe as they call it. Let's go ahead.
The pen is blue. The pen is blue! The goddamn pen is blue!
Actually, may recall seeing that actor on this stage about 90 minutes ago. Which is funny.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Okay. And this is the final one, and I mean, it doesn't get more straightforward than this. You're yelling this at a giant sandworm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Okay. Pretty good. Let's see what Mr. Kevin Bacon has to say.
Fuck you!
Pretty good stuff. Give it up for David Stewart. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he flew across town just to get here for this. Very impressive. Full disclosure, our final guest is a last-minute fill-in, but I believe he's the perfect person to fill out this show. Yep. Originating from the barren plains of Indiana, this man has traveled to the lush hills of Cincinnati to plant his crop of jokes, and ladies and gentlemen, tonight he is here to harvest. What? Okay. A master of public speaking and an expert in good times, please welcome Sam Milazzo, everyone.
It's good to be here.
Sam Milazzo, if I may, you look spry.
Thanks, man.
How is it every single time I see you, you have a completely different shape of hair on your head?
I rotate great clips.
It's really impressive, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, full disclosure, you are a fill-in for Harrison Butler.
Yes.
Was supposed to be on the show, and Harrison, for those of you who don't know, is a man with no integrity that chose to open up for DC Youngfly when invited last minute. So I hope he's having fun at the worst comedy club in the regional area. And I can say that because they will never let me on their stage. Fortunately, Sam and Harrison are pretty much the same guy. And I had already written the show, so luckily I don't have to change that much. So I'm actually pretty happy with this. Firstly, Sam, happy Black History Month.
Dude, can I even respond to these questions?
Well, I was going to ask if you've been celebrating, but we'll just assume yes.
Sam, I'm gonna have to insist you answer every question.
Will I get past here?
Hey,
That is not up to me.
Now, let's see. Now, Sam, like Harrison, you have also achieved local celebrity status by becoming a super fan of the Cincinnati Bengals.
I like the Colts, dude.
I actually thought about it because you're from Indiana, and I was just like, how are two NFL teams 90 minutes away from each other? But
Dude, the ones in Los Angeles play in the same stadium.
guess I'm not much of a sports buff. Okay, have you always been a big sports fan?
Like my daddy raised me.
I know for a fact that's not how Harrison would have answered that.
If you gave me 12 hours to think of every response to that question, like my dad raised me, would never. Stone, you a big sports fan?
Like my daddy raised me.
That I did expect.
Yeah, dude, I've always played sports.
Hell yeah. Well, let's see here. I mean, this is in the news. Have you heard about this Chilean theft tourism ring that was responsible for? No, this is real. For breaking. For clarity, this is not like some insane like walk down a plank I'm taking. This is from the news. It was.
Are you only asking me?
Number one, on, have you heard about this group of dudes? Because they robbed not only Joe Burrow a few months ago. These are the.
Oh, they did?
No, this is so. It's this group of dudes.
They look so chill.
Yeah. So they're wearing
Why do you think
Burroughs'
they're called Chilean?
Oh, okay.
Fucking genius. I'm working my ass off up here.
No, so that is them with Burroughs' gear that they had just stolen.
Talk
Yeah.
about
Oh, I
Skyline
see the
Chile.
number 9 and the.
Damn, that was for you and me. No, so this one group of people got Burrow, and then also got Travis Kelce, and then like a few other people. It's actually pretty incredible that this actually happened in real life. Like it does sound.
These trailblazers.
Yeah, these are innovators. A lot of people get early draft round picks in the NFL. No one goes halfway around the world to steal from athletes that play sports they don't give a shit about. But doesn't this sound like the plot of like an 80s episode of Miami Vice? Just a whole writer's room is fueled by cocaine on the right. All right, how about this? South American crime syndicate. They go around the country stealing from America's sexiest quarterbacks. Trying to steal his jewels and jerseys. How's that for a fucking show? Okay. That's pretty much all I wanted to
I
get
didn't
out
know
of it.
that though. That's crazy.
It's-
So are they still on the run?
They got busted. This was lifted from like their iCloud or something. And they found the pictures of them having stolen everyone else's shit. But since this stuff is for sale, would you ever buy any Joe Burrow gear? You being the world's biggest fan?
No, I haven't.
No.
Yeah.
Would you guys?
He's a great quarterback though.
Yeah.
He looks great too.
The man doesn't lie, folks. The world has agreed. You guys
I don't know
ever?
if Harrison would say that.
Who knows? Would you guys ever pick up, fenced pro athlete gear?
You spent the entirety of my portion of the show talking about how I am into music and comedy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So would you buy a bunch of athletic gear?
No.
Okay.
Are they stealing from the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
they stole Bombay's big jacket.
Oh, hell yeah. We should all put our money together.
Hilarious in 2003.
It's good. 93 almost. Okay. If you don't want Joe Burrow's gear, what would you like from his home? You strike me as a
I
guy.
heard he smokes weed. Yeah.
Sam, and I'm
not a
speaking to
petty
you-
theft guy though.
I'm speaking to you as Sam and not as Harrison. You strike me as a guy that doesn't have major appliances in your home somehow. And it's just,
Dude, my ex just gave me a space heater. It's been a game changer.
now we're fucking talking. I know you would never. No, 50 degrees. Actually,
I'm preheating that thing to 45 before I get home.
You use your
kicking
oven.
the AC
Use it to
on.
freeze the cookies.
Smart.
You know, if I was going to take anything from Joe Burrow's house, it'd be his bidet. Am I right, boys? Some people have awesome bidets. They should have stole his bidet.
It's just a toilet strapped to the top of there. Okay. It was common home good from your situation. Okay, now you're Harrison again.
Yeah.
You
I
want
have
a
a MacBook.
You want a MacBook?
No, I have one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had a MacBook Air since 2017. Yeah. Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
question,
No
guys.
case. Never put a case on it.
Yeah. Okay. With you being Harrison again, of course you have a huge amount of Bengals gear, right?
Oh, no.
No? Yeah.
No, I'm going to be honest on this one. I thought about lying.
What year did you move to Cincinnati?
2021.
Was that after the Bengals Super Bowl?
Oh, it was the year of.
Year up. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you remember all around town where gas stations had pop-ups? Where they're just selling wild bootlegs?
Yeah.
I just figured since you're the world's biggest fan and you're also here tonight and not 45 minutes away, I thought maybe I could run some
My name's
ideas
Harrison Butler.
for my own bootleg Bengals gear. because like I don't know, I'm just trying to workshop. So any feedback you guys have on this would actually be great for me. You know, I'm a big fan of the Welcome to the Jungle saying, and I'm a huge fan of Axl Rose in the cornrow era.
Axl Rose is from my hometown, Lafayette, Indiana.
Now we're fucking talking.
Yeah. He is.
Why does that make so much goddamn sense? Of course you are.
Wait. This guy?
Yeah, Axl Rose, dude. Guns N' Roses singer, born in Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah, they call it the
Look it
jungle.
up on Google. Or like whatever search engine you have.
It's so inclusive.
That just hit me now. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good homage to two things I love, much like this other shirt. You know, of course, Joe Jabber, you know, he's all cool, and then that's Arnold Schwarzenegger in the second Batman movie. That's him as Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I was gonna guess Hellboy.
He was in a movie called Homeboy?
Hellboy.
Oh, Hellboy.
Yeah,
Hellboy
yeah.
is red.
Yeah, he's got like a blue friend though.
Are you making like a Flash video game?
Are we talking about Hellboy's blue friend now?
Are you
Does
confusing
he have like friends of
Hellboy with...
multiple colors?
Are you confusing Hellboy with like the claymation Christmas thing where it's like the snow miser and as depicted in this movie as like a bat? You know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, I think I know
Too
what
much.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
But this is from the Batman with Michael Keaton, right?
No, I've actually tried watching that 3 times and I've never made it more than 15 minutes into the movie.
That suit was so cold that the nipples popped out of it. That suit was so cold, Batman's nipples popped out of that movie.
I do remember that.
Yeah, Mr. Witch's tit back here. He's cold as a witch's tit. Am I right, fellas?
You are.
Give it up for Da Vinci, everybody.
It's Leonardo.
Okay. All right. Final one here. I'm throwing it out there. Just give me some feedback. Of course, everyone knows Who Day. Everyone is familiar with that. I think a good spin on Who Day would, of course, be Brandon Day.
What did he do?
He is a local legend.
Yeah, his name's Birthday.
Brandon Day is a local legend, and if you need a tub resurfaced and painted, why don't you go ahead, see me after the show. I'll give you his contact info.
I like the topical references.
Yeah. I would consider him a local legend, and I think if anyone is Who Day, it is Brandon Day. So, okay.
Yeah, it's making us all say, who are they?
I'll tell you what. If he were here, he'd appreciate it. And if Harrison were here, I would spank his little ass in front of everyone.
Oh, dude, you can't do that.
But
during
it's like
Black
Sam's
History
here, so we're gonna spank his little ass.
Okay. Speaking of Harrison, he once met Kenan Thompson. That's exciting.
Dude, Harrison. No, for real.
Well, I was gonna ask, have you ever met
Kenan Thompson. No, Harrison's like, you guys gotta go see him. He's hot right now. He's very funny. He opens for guys like.
He opens for DC Youngfly right now. Instead of doing this show.
Yeah.
That's Kenan Thompson. Who's the big guy?
Dude, my head is so big.
Have you ever met?
No. I wish though.
Yeah.
I love
we get this
Good Burger.
You love it. I was
One of
actually
my favorite
gonna.
movies.
I was gonna ask if you met Kenan Thompson, what would you most want to do with him? Would you want to eat a good burger, shoot the knuckle puck, or go to youth fat camp?
I'd probably eat the good burger. I don't know about youth fat camp. I haven't seen that one.
That's
Heavyweights.
Mighty Ducks reference. Second one of the night, boys.
It's in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Unironically, I fucking love the movie Heavyweights.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
Yes, it was from the golden era of teenage films. I personally, I don't know, if I got to meet Kenan Thompson, I would want to just do it to hang out with Bill Cosby. He starred in the film.
Dude, I remember seeing this with my parents.
In Lafayette, Indiana. Then nothing about this man makes fucking sense.
Okay.
It's great. Well,
I'm going to go home and think about that.
feels good. But before we go home, I think we should do our closing event, should we not? Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna
Do you
pray.
have your cards available?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a classic little joke swap here. Now, I feel everyone in this room has gotten to know us pretty well, I think, at this point. We've definitely got to know our senses of humor. And because of that, it should be pretty easy for you to identify not who delivered, but who wrote each joke that the other person is delivering. Now, none of us have seen any of these from each other. And what we're going to do is just kind of go down the line. I realize that if we actually shuffled up here, it would probably be more awkward, so we'll just put it to a democratic vote. Would you rather stand still or get up and shuffle around every time?
I'm gonna sit still.
Okay. And
Sit still.
seconded.
I'm shuffling it!
All right. Jesus Christ. All right. We're just going to go ahead. Just going to go ahead and pull back from that right there. Just retreat steadily. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to get one of these going here. We're just going to pick a nice little joke here. You're going to tell a joke. And then what's going to happen is the other person is... yeah, so here we go. Here's a joke for Stone. He's going to tell it out, everyone's going to laugh, and I've over-explained this too much, and then you're going to guess who wrote it. Go ahead and fire away, Stone. Joke swap.
Stop it.
After this show is over, I need a ride. My car is in the shop. I'm getting a Bowflex instead in place of the driver's seat.
That's my apartment.
Go ahead. Go ahead, yell it out. Who wrote it?
Did I turn to yell?
Yeah, I don't know. I fucked up, guys. Sorry. Stone? You gonna guess the one person that couldn't have written it? We'll never know. Go ahead, Dave. Fire away.
It was Guile.
It was me.
Everybody is learning new languages from the Duolingo owl. Lo siento, why are we putting an owl in charge of teaching us language? Name one owl that said more than one word. Who? Who? Who?
Take a guess. Yeah. Here's one from Milazzo coming down the line.
Have you guys seen those signs for affordable plastic surgery around town? The ones that feature the surgeon saying, "You'll have a natural look," while simultaneously looking like he was bukkakied by a gaggle of Gorilla Glue bottles. That's great vocab. That Fed's like a bold marketing strategy. It's like he took advertising advice from French cigarette packaging.
Who would be so bold as to put a menagerie in? Damn it!
Was it the word simultaneously that gave it away?
All the words.
Yeah, dude, bukkake.
Oh, come on, not bukkake.
Okay.
Sounds like someone got their head chopped off. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Sam, you can Google that or on any other search engine you choose to use.
If you didn't know how to pronounce it, it's actually called bucake. So.
That's so much fucking worse.
It's bucake, everybody. Google it.
I'm gonna go pick up a boo cake.
All right, I'm feeling good about this one. I was born in 1998. So I'm a pretty ignorant guy. Like, I didn't know U.S. culture in the early 2000s. I didn't understand the context of 9/11. The only thing I was worried about in 2001 was trying not to get spanked by my dad at McDonald's. When I learned about Al Qaeda, I was like, dang, their dads are gonna spank them so hard. Osama bin Laden, more like Osama bin a bad boy. Take a guess. We got 3 options. That is Sam, and that is one of my favorite Milazzo jokes.
Thank you.
All right, Stone, fire away.
I'm glad Giles told that joke better than I've ever told it.
It's all about having a flat affect. This guy knows.
All right. I've really made strides in my mental health journey. I stopped listening to How to Disappear Completely by Radiohead at the gym. One day at my fridge, though, I caught myself saying, I'm gonna put this hummus in my tummus. And immediately said, my suicidal thoughts were right. So who's Hummy Tom?
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I wrote down jokes I haven't said out loud myself yet to see if they work. My mom always says I don't dress nice enough for church.
Damn.
Finishing it. That was the premise.
Like last weekend, she said, Sam.
Dang it.
Oh my fucking God.
Holy shit.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Sam, when I told you to put on your Sunday's best, that didn't mean your Joe Burrow number 9 jersey.
Yeah. I like the trick the audience.
Not done. We're 2/3 through. And I was like, but Mom, Joe Burrow is the best. Have you seen that guy play football? He also looks like a Greek god. There's no punchline.
You stopped 2/3 of the way through.
Yes. I
He
mean,
goes to feedback every week.
he doesn't actually look like a Greek god. He's a mortal man.
Okay. All right, Sam.
If anyone wants to hang out tonight, I'll be in the bar at TGI Fridays practicing new stances at the urinals. I've been working on arms crossed, no hands. Oh, and my joke didn't have punchlines.
Okay. And finally, last joke of the joke swap, everyone.
It did. That's funny. I love that.
I'm still blown away by the MacBook part. There's no one thinking about that. It's from 2017.
Durability. Oh yeah, we were talking about appliances. Isn't that why? I think that's what.
It's gonna be so fucking famous.
All right. Final joke. This is right down the middle. You can't call that one shirt a wife beater anymore because of woke. You have to call it a tank top that beats its wife. I don't even think we want to pin who wrote that. I want to thank today's guests, Schneider, Stewart, Milazzo. Thank you all for coming out to Commonwealth Sanctuary. Please come back on April 5th. And where's my card? I don't know. Thank you very much. Good night. $10 shirts or free. Good night.